Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel with Readings by Say with your girl Becky, coming at you with day 27. Can you guys believe it? We are making it, and quite frankly, I just want you guys to know right off the bat here that tomorrow is going to be the last really in-depth day that we have with the chakras, and the last 2 days are just going to be smooth sailing, and you guys aren't going to have to put in a whole lot of effort. It is really just going to be about celebrating the fact that, sorry about that, we have come this far and we have really worked with this system, truly worked with this system. So we're almost there, guys. I am so excited. This week has been really difficult for me, just in the sense of it has entailed a lot of work to get everything together for you guys and to really make sure that I present this in a very cohesive way. But things are moving along smoothly, albeit a little slowly, but smoothly nonetheless. So without further ado, we'll get into it. But if this is resonating with you on a whole, hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And just for ease and convenience, I will post any video on my channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That way you guys know when to check back and when the videos will be there, okay? Awesome. So we are on Thursday, guys. Can you believe it? Oh, tomorrow's Friday. Whoop, whoop. We are on the third eye chakra, as the pattern has been commencing this whole time. Thursdays is third eye, and we're going to discuss why that is today, and we're going to discuss it a little bit further in depth. So connecting with this chakra on a deeper spiritual level, starting out with the runes as we have Laguz, and this literally translates to water or ocean, if you guys can see that written there. It means your unconscious and collective memory. So already right off the bat, we can see how this ties in with our third eye chakra. This is life's longing for itself, right? So like life wanting to unfold. That's just the way it is. This is the process of evolutionary consciousness, or learning to become, right? What is the spiritual journey? It literally is learning to become oneself, unfurling and letting go of all the societal construct and beliefs that have been placed on us our entire lives. Okay, this is our future. This is a quote that is really, really tapped into this. It says, our future self calls from the infinite past, and each night are eroded with our dreams. Let go. So it has to do with your subconscious, the collective memory. So everything on a whole, right? It is the unity of our psychic powers, our dreams, and our imagination. This is a rune of all that is psychic and unseen. And we think about the third eye, and that is definitely where we're seeing with our eyes wide shut, right? We have our eyes closed, but we're still able to sense, see, and know things that we wouldn't otherwise know, right? And that's an energy that's coming from our third eye. My ear is ringing like crazy right now. There's some of you guys that may be entailing a psychic attack. That's what I just heard. So to be careful and to make sure you guys do protect your energy. You know, don't just open your third eye for any one reason. Always make sure there's a purpose in opening up your third eye, okay? Let's see here. Laguz means lake, and as such, its watery essence offers the gift of life through wisdom, right? And this is the place through which we find our wisdom. Water is the element connected to prosperity and health. This rune will help you understand your path to prosperity. As you begin working with Laguz, the truth will reveal itself in time, helping to activate the deepest wisdom once you are ready to receive it. And that is a key here. It's once you're ready to receive it, because not always are we ready to receive what is being told to us or what is guiding us, right? I've been there. I think everybody on this journey has been there. It's just human to doubt what we're being told, because we need to know how, we need to know why, we need to know the end outcome, and that is never actually for us to know, right? That's just not a part of this process. A part of our process is trusting and having faith in this process. Okay, let's see. This is the feminine growth, the healing, cleansing, and Laguz represents the flow of universal energy, the path of least resistance, representing water in all of its movements. It shows a natural growth and change on your spiritual journey. If you evoke this rune to help you, it will actually help you bear fruit on an internal exploration and growth. They're connected to your psychic ability and the connection to the unconscious. And working with Laguz can help you tap into this for your everyday life, figuring out what's good for you, you know. And I always recommend, especially if you're starting out on this journey, not to use your psychic energy to find out what's going on with everyone else. I made that mistake when I started this journey, when I found out that I was a psychic, and then later found out that I was a psychic medium. Instead of building it up for myself, I was tapping into everybody else's energy, and I got so bogged down. And then I became everybody's catch-all. And so it's like, hey, you know what's going on. Can you tell me what's going on? And it's like, you become a crutch for society rather than letting yourself lead yourself. And that's what's so important here. I do want to put that in so you guys know. Just don't, if it's something that you want to do eventually, that is fine. That's a beautiful experience. It's something beautiful that you can offer to others. And it makes you feel good, right? It is very rewarding work. However, build it for yourself first and understand it deeply for yourself first. And I feel like it's just a much more satisfying place to come from, knowing that you can guide yourself. And especially if you get yourself stuck in some unwirly jams, right? Like I got stuck in situations that I wish I hadn't of, and I learned a lot of lessons from it. So just take it from somebody who knows, but you guys do with it what you will and what feels good for you, okay? If this is something you choose. It does give you better insight when faced with a difficult decision. Laguz is representative of the feminine side of life, which resides in each and every one of us, whether you're a man or a woman. And I'm talking about biologically. I'm not talking about identifying with. I'm talking about biologically, whether you're a man or a woman. It does not matter. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us, okay? It is connected to fertility, pregnancy, childbirth, and it can be even used for psychic healing. So I think that's why they were warning me at the beginning. You guys can absolutely draw this symbol on your forehead, right? And then you guys will have that psychic, it's kind of like a psychic protection here. You apply these lessons to life to undergo profound spiritual transformation and evolution. From the physical aspect, it denotes growth, whether through aging or recovering from an illness. When it's in reverse, it means an imbalance between two forces, being stuck versus flowing with forward momentum. It can be work or relationships, right? This is like connections in your life. The flow indicates being one-sided or reversed, right? Going against the grain, going against the flow. This can put us in a state where we disregard our intuitive side and we lean more on the emotional ego. Life feels stagnant for no reason. Use this to help strengthen your intuition and bring your emotions back in check. Draw on your forehead to boost these powers. A rune for creativity, and it can be used when you guys are in a place of maybe having writer's block or even creativity block, okay? Can be used to heal your emotions and aid in healing the reproductive system, also along with relieving PMS symptoms. For your energy, you're looking at life energy, this ocean spirit, origins of life, the collective unconsciousness. We talked about the collective memory, the astral plane, dreaming, love as unity, right? That oneness and evolution. This is something to do with passing a test, the sea of vitality, memory, fear, circular motion, right? Just going around and around and never getting anywhere. Avoidance, withering, depression, manipulations, emotional blackmail, lack of moral fiber, right? Fantasy, poison, and toxicity. It can do with transpersonal powers, mastery of emotion in order to shape weird, Okay, and we didn't really go into that, and I'm not really going to go into that because it's going to be more for those of you guys that are going to research runes on a deeper level, okay? Guidance through difficult initiatory tests. So this is like the initiation to life, your spiritual journey, your internal wisdom, just your inner knowing. These things, like, we all get initiated for them, even for your gifts, right? Sometimes we have to become initiated for our psychic gifts, which everybody has. Okay, this is not just like, oh, so-and-so is special, or, well, Becky, you're just something special. No, like, everybody has access to psychic gifts. It's just being in tune with oneself and being in tune with the divine to understand and know what they are, and this can help get you there, okay? This is communication between your conscious mind and another's unconscious mind, so telepathy, okay? Development of the second sight or prophetic wisdom. And all powers dreaming, including lucid dreaming and astral projection, okay? And that is Laguz. All right. So we are going to move on to the tarot. I'm sure you guys probably know which card is connected to the third eye chakra. And yes, if you guys guessed the High Priestess from the Rider-Waite Tarot, you guys are correct. In my deck, she is called the Popess. And I'm actually going to go over why that is, okay? This is a very deep informational stint on this card. Like all the others, I'm going to give you guys some very big concepts. So I ask that you guys be open while I am discussing these concepts. It's not about it resonating with you. It's just about asking you guys to see all sides of the coin, okay? Because what information I'm giving you directly relates to my deck, okay? So the Popess, she's a figure of mystery and wisdom and is associated with the third eye chakra. She represents advanced learning and integration of different traditions in service of a comprehensive, unifying vision of magic. So she doesn't just stop at what somebody's told her. She goes out of her way to learn as much as she can about all people, about all cultures and rituals and what people learn, right? Honoring the sacred texts, she prioritizes learning from the past in order to inform her judgment in the present. Okay? This is ancient wisdom. Inviting you to further your own education and improve your understanding of ancient concepts and civilizations, including traditions and sacred ceremonies and rituals. Okay, she's always placed within two worlds. And if you guys can see here, there's this like scarf that's behind her, and this is literally a physical representation of the veil. Okay, the veil from the ether to the material realm. Okay, she's connected to the celestial realm, and she's aware of the secret celestial knowledge that is imparted only to a select few, those that are connected and aligned. Okay, it's not like, oh, there's only certain people who get this. No, it's really the people who do the work that this is information that's given to, okay? She is connected to Pope Joan, which is why she's called the Popess, okay? And she was forced to disguise herself as a man in order to do her work. Eventually, she was acknowledged as the greatest teacher in Rome. She replaced the Pope when he died, still disguised as a man. To which later her secret was revealed by the birth of her child, after which they were both stoned to death. It's a really sad story, guys. Like, super sad. Especially with as much intelligence and wisdom as she brought the world. You know? So the Popess is connected to this concept, this idea. And I'm going to try and break this down in as little chunk as I can, but also the one that gives you the most bang, okay? Her energy really means there's no need to have experience of the good and the beautiful in life in order to arrive at it. We could have experienced everything bad, but it doesn't mean that we can't arrive at something good, which is a huge concept for a lot of people because we play the victim in this life. And she's asking us and calling us to remind ourselves that just because we've had some hard ordeals in life doesn't mean there aren't things that are beautiful that we can experience in this now moment. If you take Thales and Heraclitus, who have two different concepts, one sees one sees in water the essence of things, and the other sees it in fires. We have two elements, and yet still two people seeing it completely from a different aspect, arriving at the same thing. One which is cleansing and the other one that burns, right? It is primarily so that the idea of good and its summit, which is love, is due to a conception of the world as a moral process, right? It's inherent with all of us. We just forget, or we're so jaded by life, we forget that it's a thing that we can experience in this moment. Now, the idea of being and its summit, God, is due to the conception of the world as that of a fact of nature, which we see all around us every day. The idea of good and of love is essentially subjective. It is absolutely necessary to have had experience of psychic and spiritual life in order to be able to conceive it. And we've talked about this earlier this week. This is such a big concept that I keep bringing up. And the reason that I keep bringing this up is because you can't expect someone to tell you this is what it is. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We had a delivery. So the thing is that the reason I bring these up is because it's easy for a lot of people just to say, oh, what so-and-so said is gold, right? When it comes to the spiritual journey, there are a lot of frauds out there, okay? Because people are really gullible. And I'm not saying you're gullible. I'm just saying that this is why this is a concept I have chosen to talk about all week when it comes to the cards. Okay, they're just different ways of getting to it, right? We can't understand what it means to connect with the divine until we ourselves have had a spiritual experience. Connecting with our third eye, connecting with this center that's within us. As long as the center it's aligned with our purpose, we can come into this communication with the divine, and how that resonates with us on a deep level, because that is something that is different for everybody. That's why it's not something you can go to school, you can go to classes, you can, get training from people. But at the end of the day, it has to come down to you and how you choose to implement those steps, because it's so personal. That's why when people are telling you like you're wrong because of what you believe, that's not a fair assumption, because life is so personal. This journey is so personal. Being connected with the divine is such a personal experience that we can't let people deter us from what we believe in just because they don't agree with it. There's no way that they could agree with it, because that's their own perspective and their own view on it, right? Okay, so back to what we were talking about here. He who chooses being, okay, to become a whole within their being. We're already whole. There's I'll explain this concept. Chooses being will aspire to true being and understanding the truth of self, okay? And he who chooses love will aspire to love. For one only finds that which one seeks, while having clear knowing of what one is seeking. And that's what she represents, is that clear knowing of what you're seeking, that intuitive understanding, okay? Now, I specifically chose to talk about love today because it's such a healing journey to become love. And it doesn't matter what you choose. You can choose being or you can choose love. Just know that there's a separation between them, right? When you become being, you become very emotionally disassociated, and you might not always see the beauty of things, but equally so, being one that chooses love, you experience those emotions in a very heightened state. So it's really up to you what you wish to choose. But I specifically chose to talk about the love side of what she brings to the table. Those who choose the mystical way of the God of love will have the gift of tears, okay? Their union with the divine is not the absorption of their being by divine being, rather the experience of the breath of divine love, the illumination of divine love, and the warmth of divine love, this experience of true feeling, right? As the soul receives this miraculous experience, it cries. The rebirth from water, okay, cleansing, it's like tears are cleansing. And so understanding that we're rebirthing from water and our spirit, it is the reestablishment of the state of consciousness prior to the fall, which is what I spoke about earlier. All those preconceived concepts and notions that people put on us our entire life, okay? Where spirit was divine breath, and where breath was reflected by virginal nature. And that means the untouched lands, right? Not what's been destructed to built upon. This is like untouched nature. We have baptism from the water and spirit, bring about the reintegration of the two elements of consciousness, the active or the conscious mind, and the passive, which is the subconscious mind. God is love, and it is love. It is only love, which by its presence gives worth to power, to wisdom, and to being itself. So you see, if you choose being, you miss out on some of these key concepts, but it's a completely different path. It's not right or wrong. Okay, it's dependent on what kind of experience you want to choose to have here in this 3D realm. For being without love is deprived of all worth. Being without love would be the most appalling torment, the inferno itself, okay? And this is, again, it's just a concept. It's where you become disassociated in that solitary journey. It's not that it's not fulfilling. It's still within love, but it's devoid of feeling on that heightened scale. When you choose the path of love, you feel everything in its state as it is. It's pure, right? You're not trying to push it down. You're not trying to compartmentalize it. You're allowing it to be an experience for you in that moment. And it's the whole of life itself. This is what it means to be one with the divine, is to feel the essence of all emotions, what we consider good emotions and bad emotions and those in-between emotions. That is the experience of full connection with the divine love, because to be human means to experience the wide variety of all there is. Okay? The Pope Jones story can be seen as highlighting submersive knowledge, which undermines established conventions, existing power structures of society. She is a spiritual mother, not of warmth and nurturing, but that of guidance and wise counsel. Okay? So she's a very important figure on this journey. I'm sure you guys can see now why she's connected with the third eye. It's just this very powerful knowing that comes from within us. And as we connect with the center, we too become that of guidance and wise counsel to ourselves. We still want to nurture ourselves because we are aspect of a whole being, excuse me. And that's why we're connecting with this whole system, because each part of the system has a beautiful aspect that it brings. We're just talking about this one part of the system right now. Okay? Now, the planets that are connected with the third eye, and why I chose Thursday to go with the third eye chakra, is actually Jupiter and Neptune. Okay, there's two planets that are connected to this chakra. And Neptune obviously does not rule a day of the week, and I'll explain why Jupiter does, okay? But let's talk about Neptune real quick. Neptune is a doorway to higher dimensions, and that's what the third eye is all about, is connecting with those higher dimensions, where human separateness becomes man-made love, and the veil becomes thin between material and etherical realms. This is where artists channel creative visions and touch the collective longingly. This is your yearning to merge with something greater than yourself and surrender into oneness, which is what we talked about with the Popes, right? How she connects with the divine through love, how she's connecting in this higher purpose on the journey, and through that experiences it as a whole, which is exactly what artists do. This dissolves the ego and sparks romance and empathy, where we experience others' emotions as our own. Linked to anything used to abandon reality, dreams, and imagination, it's also linked to addictions, illness, and escapism. Okay. It is the known planet of spirituality and healing, and helping us to connect with life's invisible layers. So do you see how this is all tying everything together? It's tying in Laguz, it's tying in the Popes, right? And now we have Neptune, which is kind of like this string that's weaving everything together, and it will even get further so, okay? It's helping us to connect with life's invisible layers. This is where all our boundaries dissolve and our infinite nature is revealed. The power of Neptune lies in the strength and invulnerability. It is the universal love of all beings. Okay, not just one or two people. This is talking about everybody that you see, you have universal love for and acceptance, okay? Now, Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system with a larger than life energy to match. It's known as this is what helps you seek new opportunities and expansion by taking you outside of your comfort zone and broadening your horizons, right? It's nicknamed the good luck planet because everything it touches receives a little extra grace. Jupiter rules the higher mind of principles and philosophy, helping you to search for meaning and a sense of faith. It illuminates what you believe in, what you seek to share. It is the most joyous planet, connected to humor, abundance, and expansion, as well as good fortune. Jupiter answers questions like, how tolerant are we? What do we believe in? Where do we show up as irresponsible, extreme, or blindly optimistic? Now, why I chose Thursday is because Jupiter rules the hour at sunrise on Thursday and carries an expansive energy and optimistic energy throughout the whole day. Jupiter was the king of gods, and he exuded vitality, power, strength, and these are the same energies that we can tap into when Thursday rolls around. This is a day of big perspectives, and it can help you vision future possibilities. Also, it is connected to Thor, the god of lightning and thunder, as they have a lot of common, and another reason as to why it's called Thursday or Thor's Day, the day we jump from thunder. Now, the zodiac that is connected to the third eye chakra is Cancer. Cancer is a sensitive energy with a deep interior life. They're emotional and receptive and tied to the past and memories. They are family-oriented beings who are tender-hearted and protective. Very protective. My mother was a Cancer. They feel all energy swimming around them, which can be overwhelming, and not always knowing where their feelings end and another's begin. They tend to build a protective shell to hide their soft interior. Oftentimes they're indirect with their feelings and communication. And that is true from what I've experienced from the Cancers in my life. Sometimes they're just, it's almost like they wish you were mind readers, right? And we're not. So it's good for, if you're Cancer, to always be direct about how you feel and be direct with your communication. You don't have to be lengthy about it or anything like that, but be direct and make sure you say how you feel and say what you mean. Now, balanced third eye chakra provides Cancerians with the insight to their past, present, and future, giving them good guidance for themselves, which they absolutely need. So, moving on, we are going to talk about the gemstone for the third eye. Again, I only chose one, just for time and ease, guys. Again, this week has been really rough for me, just because It was the most exciting for me, but this is a lot of information to cover. So I hope this is really giving you guys that good, well-rounded idea of what the third eye entails and just knowing how you can tap into it on all different levels. So this one is the one that I chose. It's lapis lazuli. Let's see if I can get it to light up on here. It's beautiful stone. It looks like the starry night. This is connected with the third eye chakra. It does do well for zodiacs Taurus, Virgo, Libra, and Sagittarius. The element is water. This is connected with our inner truth, our inner power, love, purification, intuition, positive magic, self-confidence, manifestation, and friendship. This is known as a a protective stone to guard against psychic attacks. And we talked about that at the beginning of the video because I got that download right there and I got the message too. It came through. It helps to quickly reduce stress and bringing deep peace. It connects you with inner self-knowledge. It encourages self-awareness, allows self-expression, and it reveals your inner truth. Okay, it provides qualities of honesty, compassion, and morality to the personality. Okay, it assists you in speaking your truth, and it inspires your confidence, which everybody needs a little bit more of, huh? Not egoic confidence. This is that true inner confidence that everybody should lean on because we are all deserving of what it is that we desire in life. It does boost the immune system, lowering blood pressure. It soothes any kind of inflammation around the body. It does alleviate insomnia and vertigo. It helps to overcome depression. It benefits the respiratory. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. The respiratory and the nervous system, the throat, vocal cords, and thyroid. It cleanses organs, bone marrow, and the thymus. So, lapis lazuli. Get you guys a piece. They're beautiful. Awesome, guys. We have made it to the end of day 27. Aren't you guys excited? Like, we've done such a good job. I am so proud of you guys. Like, you seriously deserve a hand. You made it this far. This is amazing. Like, whenever you guys start this, again, this is not just for October. It can be whenever you guys stumble upon this. Like, I'm just so proud of you guys for coming this far. So today we do want to journal, and guys, we're almost done journaling, so just hang in there with me, okay? We're nearing the end. Tomorrow will be the last journal question that I give you guys, okay? I'm sure you guys are like, I'm about to throw this journal out the window. I'm so finished with it. I understand, okay? I completely understand. So, but it is so important to journal. This is some deep shadow work that we're working into here, which is helping us to open up to these centers within us, okay? So your guys' question is, what practices can you implement now to begin expanding your imagination? What will you do in order to listen to that inner voice? Beautiful. All right, I want you guys to check out that 10-minute yoga practice for the third eye. It's on a playlist on my channel, conveniently placed there for you guys. And whatever meditation you have found for the third eye chakra, you are more than welcome to use that and keep meditating. It's so important. It is a huge help for the journey, guys. Now, the affirmation that I'd like you guys to work with is, I seek to learn and understand from all of my experiences, good and bad. Yeah. And again, it's not to convince ourselves that this is true. The reason we're working with affirmations, yet again, is just a reminder here, guys. How does it make us feel? And to note how it makes us feel in our journal, so that way we can kind of start to work into that and see where a blockage is, or if it doesn't make you feel like anything, okay? Like, do you resonate with it or do you not resonate with it? And then asking yourself why, you know, finding out where those blockages may be, or where those, lack of boundaries might be too. That's always something to look into with these affirmations. So, excellent, guys. I am tired. I know you guys are tired too. I know, I feel it. So we're almost there, guys. Just one more day. We're almost there. We've got 3 days left after today. We have Friday, Saturday, and our final day is on Sunday, guys. So that is it. Finito. I don't know if that's a word, but anyways, guys. I love you so much. If this journey has been resonating with you, make sure you guys hit up that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel. With this video, I will release a tarot reading as well. Excuse me. And that is by no means a requirement for you guys. That is just for those of you guys that are interested in the tarot side of things. It will be there for you. Every reading has been so insane and so synchronistic, not only with the videos themselves, but just in general. So it's there for you guys. And every other Wednesday, I will be posting a pick a card reading at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will continue after this journey is finished, guys. So that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go do that tarot reading. I love you guys so much, and I will for sure see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.